I'm so excited. I could finally come on here on a Helraisers podcast episode and talk about a win, baby, for the first time. Oh, I'm hyped. I know you're hyped. Even though the playoffs are now out of reach, y'all, it's all about being a fan at this point, having some pride and playing for pride. Yo, this is Helraisers podcast, y'all. And what are we here to do? Hey, yo, let's raise some hell, baby.
Come on. Hey, yo, it's game time, but then it's more than a game. Yeah, it's my time. I'm steady moving the chains. We the kings, baby. But yo, we rolling, strolling. Ain't nobody gonna take the throne that I'm holding. I'll be bringing the boom in the southwest sun. Or we can do it at night, but there's no way you could run. I'm breaking bones like the music busting them amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands, cause I'm a sure bet.
Yes. What is up, everybody out there, all my Hellraisers out there in UFL land, baby? What is up, y'all? I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. This is Hellraisers Podcast, episode number 8 to be exact, man. Thank you guys for joining me this week. Really appreciate y'all, definitely. And I know the fans, we appreciate the squad this week because we got to win. And yes, it was against a bad Memphis team, but ain't nobody done Memphis the way we did them. Okay, I will say that. Let's be real about that. All right, the boys showed up in all aspects. All right, and the way I'm saying, like everybody's like, oh, but it was just Memphis. Yeah, and a couple weeks ago, before the Houston game, we were talking about, oh, it's just Houston. You know what I mean? Before the DC game, it was, oh, it's just DC. Well, check it out, man. There was a chance of a letdown this week, but it didn't happen. Okay, because it didn't matter. It didn't matter that you know whether it was playoff implications or whatnot. All I know is we wanted a win. We needed a win. Dang it, we went and got a win, man. So shout out to the boys sporting the blue this week. Yeah, to our Renegades, man. You definitely made the fans happy. I was loving this game, man. It was a great game. I had to catch it a little bit later, okay, but I was able to catch it. Followed up with all my notes and everything, man. Went back and watched it again, and it was just as great watching it the second time. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, man, hope you guys are out there doing all right. Now, I hope you're feeling better this week. I know I am, because we got that win. We finally were able to wake up the day after the game and say, yeah, we got that W, baby. We got that W. So shout out to the Arlington Renegades for getting this win, man. Now, we are not going to the playoffs, y'all. All right, let's just get that out the way now. Okay, because San Antonio winning, all right, DC, what, you know what? No, I wasn't DC. My bad. Back up. Oh, it was on Houston, man. Houston, y'all had this win in the bag. What happened? What happened, huh? Y'all said, no, we can't, we're winning this game. This ain't right. Y'all decided to be Houston and fall apart at the end. Why couldn't you do that against my Renegades a couple of weeks ago? Fall apart at the end. Y'all had a chance to take out the Brahmas, keep us in playoff contention, and hurt the Brahmas season, man, because that's the one team right now that I really hope takes a nosedive here because of their fans, man. Y'all been talking. Oh, they've been clowning the Renegades. They're still mad about last season. I'm like, damn, man, it's a new league, new year. Get over it. But Houston, I'm very disappointed in you. And we'll get into that game in just a little while. Hey, but right about now, I got to ask y'all, where are my Hellraisers at, man? Hope you guys are just out there just enjoying the week, okay? Don't even think about the fact of the playoffs. It is what it is. Enjoy the fact that we got to win. We got a chance to play spoiler and get another W this week against a rival. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. We got San Antonio lined up this week. And we're going to get into the game in just a little while, okay, on this week's version, this week's segment of Know Thy Enemy. But for now, we got to get into the game that just went down this past week, y'all. Let's get right into it. We had our Arlington Renegades taking on the Showboats. Arlington 47, Showboats 23. Arlington improves, ouch, to 1-6, and the Showboats drop, ouch, to 1-6. It is what it is. We did show, though, I think this game, and I put it up on Twitter. For those of you that follow me, if you don't, just look me up at Gridiron Nation, on one Gridiron Nation, at the number one Gridiron Nation on Twitter. And I put it up there, that I feel that this is the team that I think we were capable of being all season long. If the defense had just played up to what they were doing last year. I mean, it's crazy how this defense was really what kept us afloat last season until, Luis was able to come in, grab hold of that offense late in the year and catch some fire. So we thought, okay, our offense is set. We went into this year. Our defense, we're good. We're good. We know what that defense was last year. And suddenly the defense decided they wanted to look like the offense when we started the season last year. So we had not put together a complete game yet this season. Okay. Finally. It finally went down. I mean, even when games like against the Battlehawks, our defense still struggled. It wasn't a complete game. I mean, Michigan wasn't a complete game. Nah, those are games that we really should have won. DC, we should have won. Houston, we should have won. But we didn't. I get it. But what I'm getting at is this was the first time that I was really looking at the team, looking at guys flying all over the place, making plays. And I said, that is the team that I really expected coming out of the gates, when the season started. And it took till now to see it, but it is what it is, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say, all right, man, we're done. We can't get in the playoffs. I ain't watching no more. I done told y'all the beginning of the season. Okay, if you've been following my show, then you know this. I told you guys in episode 1, we can be 0-9 going into week 10, and I'm still going to be loud. I'm still going to be rooting for this squad as if we've got playoff implications on the line because I am emotionally invested with this team. Okay, win or lose. And I know a lot of y'all are like that. All right, a lot of y'all are like that. And I know this because this week's social media segment that I put out there, okay? And I'll get to that in just a little while. But let's keep talking about this game. Yeah, my boy Luis Perez, 27-32, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns versus Memphis. His accuracy has been ridiculous all season. For the amount of passes he's throwing, he is among the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. He has been all year from week 1 to now. Over 80% passing in this game. Man, hey, shout out to Luis Perez, man. He just keeps doing it week in and week out. And I know I talked about that, Luis ain't going to be there forever. He's getting older. So we need to start seeing what we've got with these other quarterbacks. Now, we talked about Ehlers last week. We didn't see him. Okay, we did see some more, a little bit of these RPO plays, okay, with Lindsey Scott. And we actually saw him throwing some pitches out. He was in the pass game a little bit. So that was nice to see. But the way Luis Perez has played this year, y'all, I mean, let's just be real. How do you not bring him back as the starter next year? How is he not locked in as your starter this next year? He is going to be. I know a lot of y'all are out there, we want to see Ehlers and we want to see, Lindsey Scott more. Well, let's be real. When Luis Perez stops putting up these kind of numbers, okay, and that kind of accuracy, which he's been doing all year, the accuracy has been up there. When he stops doing that, then y'all come and speak to me, all right? But until then, Luis Perez is the quarterback going forward. Now, we may see the other guys a little more through the rest of this year because this is a good opportunity to get some snaps in for them. I don't know what they're doing. I expected to see Ehlers this last week, at least on 1 or 2 plays. I don't know, but do not expect for Luis Perez to be replaced next season. That's just the way I'm putting it. As long as he's got the drive to want to come back and play, bro, you got the starting spot in my book. That's the way I look at it, man. As far as everything else that went on in this game, We look at everything from Davion Smith. Now, he was my renegade of the game. Davion, finally, man. He's been getting better. These last few weeks, we've been seeing it, y'all. We've been seeing him revving up that motor, man. Getting going, getting going, getting going. And this week, man, he got it going. 14 attempts, 101 yards, man. Davion Smith, have a day with 2 touchdowns, dude. This was very difficult. Y'all, this was a very difficult decision for me to make, okay, for the renegade of the game. Because, I mean, we had Javonte Payton, 4 catches for 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. My dude, Sal Cannella, 9 catches. Are you kidding me? 72 yards and 2 touchdowns for the guy who, as I said it before the season started, I've been saying it every week, and I'll say it again now. He is the best tight end in the UFL. Anybody out there want to argue with me about it, or you want to debate? Let's call it a debate. Bring it. All right. All I'm saying is Sal Cannella, he darn near got this renegade of the game for me. But I mean, Davion Smith finally going over 100 yards, and that had a high average, and we're looking at the 2 touchdowns. I had to give it to Davion Smith. I did, man. So much respect to him, and to Javonte Payton, who had another couple drops. He made up for it. He got the 2 touchdowns. We had Tyler Vaughns, 4 catches for 41 yards. Vander Esch, my dude, Vander Esch, man. Finally, y'all are getting him in there. 2 catches for 40 yards, and he also had the conversion. And I'm sorry, one of those catches was a touchdown, and I cannot believe they did not review it. You saw the deep one when he did the spin and he dove forward. And yes, his knee hit, but when his knee hits, the ball had crossed the plane. And I'm yelling at the TV, review that. And you can see they called a timeout. And I think even Luis coming out, he's telling the ref, like, y'all ain't going to review that. Like, y'all ain't going to review that. I mean, we ended up scoring. Yes, we did. But, man, y'all took a touchdown away from my boy, man, Vander Esch. What are you doing? But it was nice to see Vander Esch sighting, man, contributing to the squad, as I knew he would. Defense showed up. Defense came to play, y'all. They did. They were ready in this game, and I mean, we had turnovers coming left and right. Turnovers left and right, man. We had pressure getting on the quarterback. A lot of pressure getting on the quarterback. And when we go into hindsight, okay, I told y'all last week the keys for Arlington versus Memphis were 1, exploit the Memphis O-line. I thought we did a dang good job of that, man. You had the strip sacks. It was everywhere. The other one was getting our wide receivers involved early, and that we started doing. It was a great mix. I gotta be real with you guys, man. I've been bashing Chuck Long, and for good reason. For good reason. All right, but he called a great game. This game, he did. He called a great game. Right. And the other ones we also had was defense needed to get off the field on 3rd downs. They were doing that for the most part. So, bravo. Great game all around by the squad. It was just fun to finally be able to know we were going to be able to celebrate a win, because we were so close, man, in so many games this year. So close. And ultimately, we're out of the playoffs now. But you know what? I'm still banking on another win this week, man. What y'all think? Y'all ready to roll with me on that? We get another W? I really hope so, man. On my Helraisers, where you at? Get at me and let me know, man. Let me know on social media what you guys are thinking of the game that we saw this past week. I know I spoke to a lot of you. We were chatting up in some of the comment threads and stuff, man. So it was good to see everybody excited, everybody happy. I still had some haters, man. Some of y'all are haters, man. This is our squad, and y'all are on here saying I was just 1 win. We still ain't gonna make the playoffs, man. I swear, I could hear. I was reading the comments, and I could hear this viewer say, "Man, I don't care. We ain't gonna make the playoffs." Man, shut up. Enjoy this freaking win, man. You know what I'm saying? If there's one thing that this season has taught me, and I mean, it was the same last year, but you kind of forget. You win a championship, and you forget that, man, people take winning for granted as fans. Like you see a lot of these franchises in other sports that are just, or other leagues, should I say, that are so used to winning year in and year out. And then when their team is bad, they do not know how to handle it as a fan base because y'all got spoiled. All right, well, this time I'm telling people, man, look, it is what it is. We ain't, yes, you look at our record, but you know what? Take each game for what it is now at this point. That's all we can do and enjoy it. Support the squad or don't, or don't. But if you don't support the squad, man, I don't want to hear nothing out of you. I don't want to hear no criticism when it's due. I don't want to hear y'all, whether next season comes, y'all freaking cheering for this squad. No, you're either a fan or you're not. All right, and I know most of y'all are true fans, and I'm gonna prove that when we come back with the social media segment. But right quick, I gotta take a quick break, y'all. Hey, enjoy the win. That's all I'm saying. All right, enjoy the win. This is Helraisers Podcast, y'all. I will be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste. Same great taste.
Yeah. Welcome back to Helraisers Podcast. All my Helraisers, where you at? Let me hear you holler at your boy. So let's keep rolling on with the show, man. Because I'm feeling good. I'm happy because we can talk about a win. Okay, regardless of the circumstances going forward, we talk about a win, and then we got an opportunity to play spoiler against a rival and disappoint a fan base and the Brahmas, or what I like to call them, the cows. Y'all can call them the Brahmas if you want, but they're cows. Okay. I'll just be the hater. I know, man. But hey, check it out. A lot of their fans, they have been bashing us all year, and that's okay. Because we ain't been winning games. So okay, cool. But for some reason, Brahmas fans they've made it a point week in and week out, even if they're not playing us, no matter what's going on, that they are going to go out of their way on social media, everywhere else, to make sure that they are laughing at the squad, okay, at the Renegades. So I'm sorry, man, but I'm about tired of that. So I'm going to need the squad to win this week. But before we get there, let's go around the UFL right now. Talk about what went down, okay, this past week in week 7. We had the big one, y'all. The big one. Battlehawks traveling to the Stallions. Now, I did pick the Stallions to win this game by 10. Okay, but I mean, let's be real. It was 26-30. It was a great game. It was back and forth. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this was the best game of the year." I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far. I still think like the Renegades and the Battlehawks was just one that was like, it was an amazing game. But the Battlehawks and Stallions, good game. I really feel like had this game been in St. Louis, in the Dome, I think St. Louis wins this game. So I think if they, depending on how they look in their conference championships, okay, which the Stallions are already in, they're locked in. But I think I really feel since the championship game is going to be in St. Louis, if it's these two teams, it could be a different story, especially if it's a championship atmosphere like this past one was. But I mean, you're talking about a whole different beast of an environment from Protective Stadium, which was halfway full of people, to 40,000 plus. For a championship game, they'll probably hit close to 50,000. For the Battlehawks, I would think the Battlehawks are going to win that game, but I'm getting far ahead. I know these teams may not even make it. Upsets happen all the time in postseason. All right, that's what it's one and done. Now, I don't know. Right now, though, the Stallions look unbeatable. But again, 4-point win at home. I think it's a different story if they go into the Dome. But we will find out very soon, maybe, because the Panthers or the Defenders might have something to say about that. Now, they got down this week with the Panthers winning 22-9. Defenders looked absolutely lost offensively. I mean, they look horrible. They look horrible offensively. And Jordan Ta'amu, is he going to be playing this week? I don't know. But there wasn't nothing special out of the Panthers this week other than their run game. With Coburn 16 attempts, 137 yards. And that was pretty much about it. But they did enough to get the win. That's all that matters, man. Then we had the Brahmas at the Roughnecks, and this is one I tell y'all, Roughnecks, you choked. Ace, my boy, over at the United Football Media. You ready to give up on your boys, dog? You ready to give up on this squad? Nah, you ain't going to give up on them, man. But it's just, man, the Roughnecks, it's rough. What can I say? But y'all had the Brahmas, man. You had them. I feel like Denny Green back in the day talking about we had them. We knew where they were. We let them off the hook. Y'all let them off the hook. Y'all let the Brahmas off the hook, man. Very disappointed in you, Roughnecks. Very disappointed in you. Brahmas are 5-2, and it's not even an impressive 5-2 if you've watched every game. Let's be real. Come on. Boy, over at Brahma Bullpen. Be real about this, man. There's still a chance that the Brahmas do not get in. It's real. There's a chance they don't get in. And I would love for the Renegades to kind of play spoiler this week and put them on the edge of saying, we're in must-win territory now if they lose to us. All right, we're going into their house. They beat us in our house. Let's go into their house. Let's take them out. But let's look ahead now to Week 8. And we've got the game the early game on Saturday. It's going to be the Showboats at the Panthers. There is nothing exciting about the Panthers other than their defense and their kicker. Okay? And Showboats, I don't even know. Panthers win this game. It's going to be about as ugly as that game they had last week with DC was. It's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be a boring game, unfortunately. But what can I say, man? I got the Panthers winning this game. And then we go on to Sunday, where we've got 3 matchups all on Sunday. And, man, this one's kind of weird because it's almost like they just moved it because at least I have it listed for Sunday. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, all right? But I'm looking at the schedule right now, and it's a Sunday at 6 p.m., and this is showing after the Showboats game. So it could be Saturday, Sunday. Well, either way, you got the Roughnecks at Stallions, and it's not going to matter because we know what's going to happen. They're traveling to Protective Stadium. Yeah, we know the Stallions are about to move to 8. No, Roughnecks look lost. Roughnecks look horrible. Roughnecks look like trash. Okay, so they're going to drop this to 1-7. Man, that's going to be those 2 games are going to be painful to watch. I'm going to watch them because I support the league. But, man, I don't know. Then we got the Defenders at the Battlehawks. See, okay, I'm going to pick the Battlehawks to win this, but the Defenders are such a strange anomaly to me because they're going to look like last week, and then they'll turn around and play a tough game, win a close one. Wouldn't be surprised if they take the Battlehawks to the limit in this game because of their defense. A DC defense is still legit. But I don't see it happening. I think the Battlehawks win this game. Right? Battlehawks will win this game. Now, let's jump to it, baby. Yeah. Week 8 already. Man, this season just flew by, y'all. It's flew by. But week 8 is here. And that means it is time for the Renegades to travel to San Antonio, to the Alamo Dome, to take on the Cows, a.k.a. the Brahmas. And I really want this game. Because I want to be able to laugh at these dudes that they have an epic collapse, man. Y'all don't understand how Brahmas fans have been coming for me. It's annoying as hell. I'm like, man, y'all are that mad about last season that you've made it your mission to target us each and every week, even when we ain't playing you. All right? They were all excited. I saw them all happy. We got another win. I'm like, man, did y'all see what happened against Houston? And you feel excited that you should, when at a time when you should be playing your best ball, the back end of the season, you're trying to get in the playoffs. You want to go in hot, and you're looking like that against the Roughnecks. I get it. It was a win. I get that. But man, I know y'all can't be that happy about that win, the way you're looking right now. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I got the Renegades going into your house, Brahmas, cows, whatever you are. Some guy says we're like bulls. Now that's a lot of bull something if you ask me. But anyways, I got the Renegades winning this game, baby. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. I really think that the keys for the Renegades this week is what I'm telling you. All right, it's a few things. Number one, the run game has to show up again. All right, Davion, come on back, baby. Do it again this week. I know it's a better defense that we're playing against. I get that. I do. I get that. But I think that's what we need to do. The run game has to show up. Number two, Luis has to get the ball out of his hands fast, and he was doing that last week, man. Memphis was bringing that blitz. They were bringing that blitz, but Luis was, man, he was doing his quick two-step drop, and he was going through his progression so fast. He was hitting his guys, man, getting the ball out. So we need to keep that up because this defense is going to bring it up front. And on the back end, okay, and I'll tell y'all why in a little while, because now, number three, the defense needs to focus on the run game. Please focus on the run game. This is what we need. We're going to have to do something in the offseason. Obviously, I still think it's going to be replacing our defensive coordinator, but it is what it is, whatever. We'll see what happens then. But y'all saw it, against Michigan a couple of weeks ago. We saw it against these teams that run well. All right, that we can step up when we have to. But I think what we did against Michigan, when we were going up against West Hills, was defensively, we were just loading it, man. We were bringing everybody up. We would load the box at times. And I think that's what we are going to have to do again this week, okay, against the Brahmas. And also special teams coverage. And I ain't got to tell you why, because we've seen them fall apart and cost us games a couple of times this season. All right. I was talking to y'all about the run game. Okay. Us focusing on the run. And that's because the players to watch for San Antonio, first of all, I'm just going to say the running back room. John Lovett and Morgan Allison, they absolutely ran all over us, a few weeks ago when we played in Arlington. All right, John Lovett that game had 13 attempts for 95 yards. That cannot happen again. Cannot. 2 touchdowns on us. We cannot allow Lovett to go off like that again with those big gains. And it kicked off right off the bat in the first quarter. We cannot have that this week. We need to focus on the run game. Okay, let Dormady beat us with his arm. He doesn't scare me. Some of y'all be like, oh, I don't know, man. Don't sleep on the. No. He does not scare me through the air. He didn't scare me a few weeks ago either. He didn't have a big game against us. He didn't have to either way because we let the running game just do whatever they wanted against us. That cannot happen this week. Okay, that cannot happen this week. So, Jay Hayes, I don't care. Bring everybody up. Okay, we did it last week, and also we were able to open it up early. So we kind of took the run game out of it that way. But either way, I think we need to focus on the run this week because him and Morgan Allison, John Lovett and Allison are going to be looking to do the same thing. I guarantee you the Brahmas are going to come in with the same game plan. They're going to try to run it down our throats until we make them do otherwise. That's the way it's going to go down. All right. Wide receiver John Trey Kirkland, he had 6 receptions for 43 yards last time. All right. But the other guy, Cody Latimer, tight end, very, very good tight end for San Antonio. Do not sleep on him. We cannot let this guy get loose. They're going to be looking for him. Okay. When Dormady runs around and extends the play, that's going to be his security blanket. So we have to make sure that we have got somebody like Payne or somebody on him and just shadowing this dude, all right? And on the defensive side of the ball, the defensive secondary. They have a good secondary. The pass rush helps at times, okay? But we need to be able to hold up. But that secondary, if we are able to just keep them locked in until that pass rush can get there, we're going to have an opportunity to shut this offense down. Easier said than done. I know. But I think these are the players that we need to watch, because those are the guys that are really going to be the key against Arlington this week, man. So y'all hit me up and let me know. All right, hit me up and let me know on wherever, man. If you're on X, at the #1 Gridiron Nation, look me up. That's my handle. Or on Facebook, just look up Gridiron Nation Podcast, and I am there. All the home. That is the official home for Helraisers Podcast as well. All right, and also on YouTube, Gridiron Nation Podcast, or find me on TikTok at Gridiron Nation Podcast. There you go. On Instagram, G_Garcia_Gridiron, man. Y'all, let's talk about it. Y'all let me know what you think and how you think it's going to go down this week. All right, now before I get into the next segment of the show on the back end and close it out, man, I got to take one more break, y'all. But don't you go nowhere. Yeah, because now we're going to go into our social media segment and talk about whatever it is y'all were talking about, all right? Don't go nowhere, Hellraisers.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Yeah. Welcome back to Hellraisers Podcast, y'all. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Yeah. So here we keep rolling, y'all, because I got to really get into what this social media segment, because I was trying to think about, man, all right, what am I going to ask everybody this week, man? What am I going to ask y'all? And I thought it was a good question to find out where everybody's mental was right now going forward for the rest of the season, after finding out that we are now mathematically eliminated from postseason contention. All right, so let's hit it, man. Social media sound off. And the question was, with the playoffs now out of reach, will your emotion on game day lessen, or will the support still be the same for the squad? Hashtag what say you? And this question is basically like, y'all, the reason I'm talking about emotion, like I told you guys, I'm one of these fans that I get emotionally invested, man. I get really into it. You know what I mean? And so, like, is now that we are not able to make the playoffs, when I'm asking those of you like me, or those of you that are just really, really into it, are you going to be as into it now as you were week one? You know what I mean? That's what I'm asking y'all here. Like, I want to see where the level of our fan base is right now. And so let's go right to it, man. I had y'all on social media. And let's go to Chandler Addison. He says, still fun to watch. So I'm tells me he's still going to watch because it's fun. All right. Jimmy Hanna. What is up, Jimmy? Says, always the same. Die hard Hellraiser here. Y'all know it. And I didn't expect anything different from you, Jimmy. Best believe that. Much respect. Robbie Gordon says, I'll support, but I'm not getting season tickets next year. I don't blame you for that, by the way. He says, my buddy went to every home game buying tickets off Ticketmaster, and he spent half as much as I did for season tickets. He got 2 seats a game, just like me. Not enough season ticket holder perks to justify at this point. And I was hearing this a lot. I mean, not just for the Renegades, but for every fan base. And it was coming down to where, as we were getting closer to game day, that you started seeing it, man. Like the UFL was even sharing them from all the team social media pages about all these the buy one, get one free on tickets and all this stuff. And I think the Renegades, y'all, by the way, they got a deal going on. If you're out there, where I think it's going to be for next week's game, when the Battlehawks come to town, I think that's next week, where you're going to be able to get like 2 tickets and then a pair of glasses and a hat and all this stuff, man. Sideline tickets for like $88. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so that I don't blame you, Robbie. I don't blame you. All right. Now, Rudy Waters, what is up, Rudy? Also a fellow Cowboys fan, man. I dig that. Says, I'm so mad I can't see straight. And I'm like, okay. But I'm just telling you, man, I know you're still going to support the squad, right? Because if you're a Cowboys fan, dog, we're used to disappointment. Let's just be real about that. I know you're still going to be watching the squad, all right? All right, man. And then we got Ron Wilhide. He says, I will continue to support the team, but I will not lie by saying that I'm not very disappointed on how this season went. And you are not alone. That's all of us, the entire fan base. It's hard. It is to get up at this point. Like, get up for a game, man. You know what I mean? Emotionally, when you know you're done. But come game day, it ain't that hard for me because I'm just looking. It's tunnel vision, baby, because it's game day. This is the only game I'm thinking about right now. I'm not thinking about next week. I'm not thinking about last week. I'm not thinking about next season. As a fan, come game day, baby, I'm like, it is on. Let's lock in. Let's mount up and let's ride, baby. You know what I'm saying? And also, Kathleen Barnes says same. Basically, she's saying, she's going to keep watching. Tyler Nichols, support your team regardless of record. If they can shore up the defense and special teams, they will be right back in the top. Offense is there already. I really agree with that. I really agree. And I think that's why everybody's so disappointed, is because we expected to see the defense ball out this year. It was weird. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Also, Jeremy Clay says, still there for our team. We got to finish strong. Exactly. Marco Martinez, what is up, Marco? One of the bandidos. Hey, y'all be ready next week, man. I'm going to drop some info on you that the bandidos are going to be doing, okay? If you're going to be able to make it to the game, where you can meet up with them, help them out for a good cause there at the parking lot, man. So for the game next week, but we'll get into that next week. All right, but Marco, what is up? One of the bandidos, he says, I'll be in San Antonio this weekend. So what's that say about me? You already know. You are a diehard, my brother. You and the bandidos represent as the super fans for our squad. Much respect. Boy Jersey the King says it depends on the players and the fans. Yes, it does. Absolutely. And Luis Santos says, let's play spoilers and eliminate DC, right? That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's do it. Might as well, man. We got to make the best of it. We got to make the best of it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's been a rough year, y'all. I know, man. We've had some heartbreakers this year. I really feel like I said last week, the football gods tested us as a fan base this year. You know what I mean? They were like, man, all right, y'all got your chip last year. Let's see how you do this year. And because it wasn't only about not winning games, it was about the way we were losing these games. You know what I mean? Like in the last minute, man, like the last play of the game. And it was just heartbreaking. And it's like the football gods are watching us, Helraisers, and they're like, let's see how much they can take until they crack. We ain't cracked yet because we're still here. We're still here riding. We're still here vibing and supporting the squad. All right? Y'all need to send me your questions. All right, send me all your listener email to the number 1 renegadesfan@gmail.com, 1 renegadesfan@gmail.com, and I'll read your questions. I didn't get any this week. Okay, I know last couple of weeks I had one, but y'all shoot me a question, man, about the squad, UFL, whatever you want to regarding the league or the team. And I'll read it. I'll read it on there, and we'll talk about it, man. All right, so don't forget, Week 7, Renegades at the Brahmas. That will be this Sunday, 3 p.m., Central Time. Okay, we'll be on Fox. And if you need to listen to it, let's say you're driving, Sirius XM Channel 83 has it. That's Fox Sports Radio Channel. I use it sometimes, man, to listen to some of the games. You know, if the Renegades aren't on and I'm out driving around or I'm doing some working in the yard, I got my earphones in and I'm listening to whatever game that they're playing. Now, it's only the TV broadcast audio. So just keep that in mind. Okay, they're not very descriptive on a lot of their plays, and somebody needs to tell these dudes about that. That's all I'm saying. All right. Don't forget to join me on my other show, Gridiron Nation, Tuesday evenings, available on all audio streaming platforms on Tuesday night by Wednesday morning, y'all. I will be doing a live stream next week, so be sure to follow me on the same social medias I just gave y'all. All right, and we're going to be talking about, I got some good things coming up, man. I got a special guest coming up, and we're going to be talking about the NFL schedule drop that just went down, but I'm also, for the UFL fans, I'm going to be talking about how important the kicker is becoming from the UFL when it comes to the NFL. All right, how vital the UFL kickers are becoming for the NFL, man, because we're starting to see some things. You know what I mean? So y'all be sure to tune in and check me out on there. And don't forget Helraisers Podcast, Fridays, available on Spotify, and also Friday afternoons on the United Football Media YouTube channel. I got it up on Saturdays on the Gridiron Nation Podcast channel. And also you'll be able to catch it on Fuel Network. Also, I really cannot tell you when it is going to be like regularly airing. Okay, I'm sorry for that, but I think last week he aired it. It was either late Thursday night or early Friday. I cannot remember, man, but y'all just need to lock in the Fuel Network. Go on to your Roku device or your Amazon, your Fire Stick, whatever, and download the Fuel Network, Sports Network app. It is absolutely free. We got all these good content and shows on there, so y'all be sure and go and check it out. And also don't forget to go on to your YouTubes and follow the United Football Media channel. Okay, we've got every single team covered. Every team covered. All right. So if you got friends that are fans of, the Stallions, or your friends, you got other friends that are fans of the Battlehawks over there yelling "Kaka, Kaka," yeah, then tell them, man, they got something for you. All right, they got something for you. I promise you, we got everybody covered, man. So y'all be sure to check us out, man. Definitely every single week, man. We are bringing it every single week, representing the UFL and, the respective teams, man. And once again, this is Helraisers Podcast. This is, I proudly say still right now, the only and first podcast devoted only to the Arlington Renegades, baby. And I am proud of that, and it ain't going to change. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. All right, man. So I am about to get up out of here, Hellraisers, man. It's time for me to roll out. But don't forget, okay, this coming week, man, it's very important that you guys remember that as Renegades fans, as us feeling as down as we are about the season, think about how the players feel. All right, because some of these guys are playing to get either back into the NFL or just to make it to the NFL for the first time, or they're just trying to stay on a roster, man. They're trying to put in game film, everything. This is their opportunity. So do you think that the squad wants to be out there losing games? No. So I don't put nothing on the players' effort, man. It's been there all year. I know early on in the season, I was like, man, guys just start. I did see one or two games. I think it was one or two games where I was like, oh, I'm not seeing a lot of the effort on the defensive side of the ball. But I think what we saw last week shows that these guys still know what they've got at stake, at least for all their own personal reasons, whatever it is. But us as fans need to put that into perspective when we're mad about the way the season's gone. Think about these guys as the players, man, because I guarantee you, they want to win probably more than we want them to win, if you can believe it or not. All right, I want this squad winning every single game. I know you guys do, but imagine how much more the players want it. All right, so just remember that. So whenever you go to your job or whatever it is you got going on, try to remember that there's adversity being trying to be handled by everybody out there, man. What you got to do is when you step into that adversity, you know what I mean, and you whatever situation that it's putting you in, the life's putting you in, you're going to look at that adversity and you're going to stare at it a little bit, up and down if you need to, with a little bit of attitude. You know what I'm saying? And you step right into it, into the situation. And what do? You raise some hell, baby. My name is Gabriel Garcia. This is Helraisers Podcast, representing the Fuel Network, representing the United Football Media, and representing Gridiron Nation Podcast, baby. That's my baby. Y'all go on and check it out. I guarantee you'll be digging it. Yo, this is Helraisers Podcast. I am out of here. Y'all be ready because we're going to be talking about another win next week as we try to play spoiler on the back end of the season, y'all. I'm going to catch you guys next week, man. Helraisers podcast, y'all. Thank you for watching. I'm out. One love. Peace.
Veins, and every time they say my name, it's cause I'm killing the game. Bring your best, ask yourself, do you know what you're doing? Go on and call your people, tell them trouble is brewing. Tell them wicked is here with an army of kings. My game is fully extreme, a human M16. Put your battle gear on if you think you can beat me. But yeah, I'm like Zeke, all you gotta do is feed me, believe me.